Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Adapted Soccer Games of the Week series. I am Caden. This here is
I'm
Reese.
Reese.
Yep. Um, and let's get right into it. Week 2 of Minnesota State High School League Adapted Soccer Games of the Week. Might be wondering how we'll do this. Each week we'll make sure to touch on every game. We won't go into much depth on each game, but we will highlight up to 6 games each and every week. Those 6 games will be our games of the week. With that, let's get right into it. Monday games, non-games of the week. We got a couple games in the CI Southwest. We got the Southern Stars making their first appearance in Columbia Heights, also making their first appearance. Neither team made state last year. Southern Stars did make state for softball
Softball.
in the spring, but didn't really do
Do
great
do
in
much
floor
of
hockey.
anything.
But yeah, we'll see how Columbia Heights fares up against them, and we'll see how the Southern Stars do. Also in the CI Southwest, we've got Robbinsdale, Hopkins, Mount Westonka at Minnetonka Wayzata. Robbinsdale more well known for their PI division team. And Minnetonka Wayzata, I would like to say that I love Minnetonka. Minnetonka High School follows me on X and Twitter. So I love Minnetonka for that reason, but they weren't that good last year. We'll see how good of a comeback they can make this year.
I think they had like 3 wins from what
Yeah,
if my memory is serving me correctly.
they had 2 or 3 wins, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see how they fare up. Robbinsdale, obviously not great in CI, but their PI has been a dynasty, but we're talking about CI, so let's get into the games of the week from Monday. We've got the CI Dakota United Hawks in South Suburban to face the Jets. The Dakota Hawks really didn't have that good of a performance against South Washington. An 8-2
Yeah, eight to
loss.
two. I saw that and was like, holy cow, something must have happened. Either a defensive collapse or loss of seniors really felt that. And I think it was the impact of losing the seniors too. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
now you're right back at it with another state tournament team in South Suburban who they did beat in the state tournament last year, 3
Yep.
nothing if I
3-0.
remember,
Yep.
and then 5-1 in the regular
Regular season. Yep.
season as well.
Yeah. The South Suburban team, they faced Robbinsdale, won 13-0. We'll see how they fare against a much more stronger team in the past. But yeah, the Hawks did not have a good showing against South Washington. We'll see if they can bounce back against South Suburban. This should be a good game to gauge, like, hey, how good are each of these teams? And yeah, we'll see how they do. Honestly, I'm interested to see how this game goes tomorrow. We're recording this at 10:41 now on Sunday. So yeah, we'll see how this goes down tomorrow. Next up, we've got the Lakeville, Burnsville, Farmington Blazing Cats in South Washington to face the Thunderbolts. Now, this one I might have pegged as game of the year. Honestly, I think this will be a really good game. Obviously, we were just talking about how the Thunderbolts performed against the Hawks, and they performed really well. An 8-2 victory over the defending state champion in Dakota United. The Blazing Cats, on the other hand, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not
Coming off of
I'm not impressed
go
with
ahead.
how they did against St. Paul Johnson. 5-2 was it?
5-2, yep.
Yep. So yeah,
When they
they
beat them 9-3 last year.
yeah
I mean, pretty much the same exact team.
yeah
I mean, yeah.
yeah a 5-2
And
win over
this game right
Johnson.
here, Lakeville, South Washington, was a 4-3 win in favor of the Blazing
Yep.
Cats.
Blazing Cats, obviously state tournament runner-ups last year. I believe they had one senior, but again, I'm not impressed with how they performed against St. Paul Johnson.
One
They they had a 2-0.
one senior, yup.
They were actually down to St. Paul Johnson 2-0 early in the game. They obviously came back with 5 unanswered to win 5-2. But yeah, they were down to. Oh crap! What did I do? Oops. Hang on. Hold. Oops. Okay.
You may need to edit that out.
No, that's staying in. My own incompetence is staying in the video.
Valid. Okay.
Sorry about that. But yeah, we'll see how they do against a obviously really strong Thunderbolts team. This might be very early to say. It's still very early in the season, but this very well could be a state tournament matchup, even a state championship matchup preview. These are two very, very good teams. We'll see how it goes. This will be a very good game. Reese, anything to add?
I mean, yeah, like for Lakeville, you got the one senior, and for South Washington, I think most of their majority scores are returning, like Logan Curtis, Brett Whedon is one of them, I think, as just from like what I've been reading, just from what I saw from last year's like state tournament, like
Yeah.
recaps of the South Washington games. So yeah, I think those two will be huge for the Thunderbolts if they want to keep this close. But I think this is at South Washington.
It is in South Washington, yes.
Okay. Ooh. I think South Washington wins it just because they have the home court advantage, but I would not be surprised if Lakeville pulls out. Again, like you were saying, I'm not sold on the Blazing Cats just yet.
Yeah.
Down 2-0. You eventually figure it out, rally to win 5-2. Not sold.
Yeah. I fully agree. I will say if I had to put a prediction on the game right now, I'm going a 4-4 draw. That is my prediction as of now, but we'll see. Maybe offense will prevail. Maybe it'll be maybe there'll be 15 goals combined. We'll see how it goes. This will be a good
Who
game.
knows?
Yeah. Tuesday games, non-game of the week. As you can see, there is nothing. There are no games on Tuesday that are non-game of the week. There's only one game on Tuesday, and that is Centennial Spring Lake Park or North Suburban at North-Tartan. I actually, Reese, you already know this, and if you've been following the Everything Minnesota Adapted Twitter account, you will also know this. I went to the North-Tartan game in Moundsview, and they had some really good players. They seemed like an offensive force. They knew what to do with the ball. I'm not quite sold on their goalkeeping. Their defense looked half decent. Their offense looked really good. I'm surprised Moundsview shut them down for as long as they did. Obviously, that game ended in a 3-3 draw after a Moundsview goal was called back halfway through the second half. And Centennial, I believe they played a game.
They played 2 games. One is in, and it was an 8-1 loss to Stillwater.
Okay.
And the other one against White Bear is not in yet.
All right, so there you go. They lost to Stillwater 8-1, which isn't exactly a great look. But to be fair, Stillwater's coming from the South Division, or South Conference, whichever one it is. I'm not 100% sure. Stillwater.
It was 8-1 at home, by the way.
And it was a home game for Centennial. Wow. So, Yeah, 8-1. That's not a good showing, obviously.
That's
And we,
especially in front of your home fans
yeah,
too.
and we don't know how they did against White Bear. I'm gonna assume they won that
Correct.
one, but
That
obviously
that would be my assumption. Yes.
we don't know. But yeah, as I said, this North-Tartan team uh, looked actually really good. I do have North-Tartan coming out on top of this one, but it, we'll see how Centennial shapes up against them. Anything to add?
No, really, I think you got it covered.
All
Like,
right. In that case, let's move on to the Wednesday games that are non-game of the week. We've got the Southern
Southern
Stars in
Stars. Yeah.
Lakeville. Yeah, we already touched on both of these teams. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. That is a
Previous
non-conference game.
matchup was 18-6. This was last year, but
Yep, last year.
18-6 favor of Lakeville.
So there you go, 18-6 in favor of Lakeville as of last year. That's a lot of goals. It's a lot of goals.
Yeah.
As a goalkeeper, former goalkeeper, I do not like to hear that, but
Yeah.
yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. They're in Lakeville. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, on to the games of the
I
week.
think that's a good chance for them to bounce back.
Yeah, I fully
against
agree.
a middle
Middle of the road
tier,
team.
bottom middle of the road team against like the Southern Stars.
Yeah. Now let's move on to the games of the week. From Wednesday, we've got the Dakota United Hawks in St. Paul to face the Governors, St. Paul Johnson. So, again, we already touched on the Dakota Hawks. Not a good showing against South Washington. The Governors, on the other hand, had a really good showing against Lakeville, Burnsville, Farmington, one of the top teams in the division. Yeah, I put this here because I think that this is going to be a very interesting game. This will be a very good game. Dakota United, again, not that good of a performance against South Washington. 8-2 loss.
Those 5 seniors really hurting. Yeah.
And St. Paul Johnson.
We don't really know much about Johnson because they haven't made the tournament since like what, 23?
23, I want to say. I think it was 23.
Yeah.
But again,
I have the website pulled up. I can just look.
Okay.
Yeah, forget
it. Yeah, and as I said, like, St. Paul Johnson, they had a really, really good performance against the Blazing Cats. One of the top teams. I believe we both had the Blazing Cats winning it all this year. In our predictions. So, if you can have a good showing, a 3-goal loss, 5-2, at one point leading the game 2-0. That's a great showing against a really good team. So, we'll see how they fare. Yep.
The final score last year was 5-3. Hawks coming out on top.
Wow, it's only 5-3. So, last year it was a good game as well. Yeah, we'll see how the Governors do against the Hawks. Obviously, the Hawks coming off their championship season as well. The defending champs. We'll see how they do. Moving on to the Thursday games that are non-game of the week. Our only PI game this week, St. Paul Humboldt in Minneapolis to face Minneapolis South. Yeah,
I think Minneapolis just.
I think we know what's gonna happen. I hate to say it, but yeah, the PI division is like, I would say there's 3 or 4 tiers, and obviously Minneapolis is a top tier team, while St. Paul Humboldt is a bottom tier team. I hate to say it, but that's just how it is. That's how it's been since I started. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't see.
Once upon a time, Humboldt was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I want to say it was
soccer.
Was it 2019 that they won it all?
It was 2018.
Was it
The
2018?
year before I joined.
Yeah.
And then when I joined in 2019, we beat them like 5-2 in the championship.
So there you go. Yeah. On to the CI Northeast, we got Stillwater Matamidi in White Bear Lake. Obviously, Stillwater Matamidi, formerly a Southern team, now heading up to the Northeast. And White Bear Lake, they lost 2 seniors, as we know, and
these two teams did not play each other last year.
Yeah, they didn't play each other last year. It was kind of hard to gauge because, like, we don't know how each team is, but at the same time, we do kind of from results earlier in the season. Anyway, on to the games of the week from Thursday. We've got the CI Anoka-Hennepin Mustangs in St. Cloud to face the St. Cloud Crush. Or they might even be called the St. Cloud Strikers. I know they were at one point, but I just used the Crush logo here. Anoka-Hennepin. They had a win this week, didn't they?
Showing again. They had 2 games, but it was against STMA, Monticello, Buffalo, which isn't in, and then 9-2 loss against Park Center.
Yeah, 9-2 loss against Park Center, which I don't even know the last time they even missed the state tournament in the CI division. Park is really good. St. Cloud, on the other hand, they had a really, really bad showing against North-Tartan, a 4-4 draw.
Yeah,
I know they lost a couple of seniors, including the person who won
2 seniors.
The Profinsky Award. They had Profinsky Award. And yeah, that's just a tough loss for St. Cloud. We'll see how this game ends up. Considering how Anoka did last year, and how St. Cloud has looked in their one game this year, I think this will be a really good game. And also, I do want to say as well, Anoka-Hennepin Mustangs have one of my favorite logos in the league.
Yeah, that's a sweet logo.
I gotta say that every time I see it, almost. I love the Mustangs logo. But that's besides the point. Talking about the game here, and yeah, we just don't know much about the Mustangs, but considering what they did last year and what St. Cloud has done this year, which is a 4-4 draw against North-Tartan, yeah, we'll see how this game goes. And now I believe the next one is the last one.
The last year's result was a 4-2 win for St. Cloud, by the way.
So there you go, 4-2 win for St. Cloud last year. Yeah, well, again, we'll see how this one goes. I expect it to be close, but I've been wrong before, so yeah. And next up, I believe this is the last one we've got, and this is going to be a huge game. The STMA Buffalo Monticello Coyotes in Park to face the Park Maple Grove Osseo Pirates. This is a huge game.
This is absolutely a huge game.
This is probably the northern game of the year, right?
Absolutely. I mean, this was going to be my game of the year for the entire CI division.
Oh, okay.
But even after seeing, like, what was it, South Washington versus, was it Lakeville?
Yeah.
I think this is the northern game of the year, and that's the southern game of the year.
Yeah. I'll agree with you on that one, Reese. And yeah, obviously STMA, we unfortunately don't know the results of their games because they haven't posted it on their Facebook, nor has it been posted to the adapted website. However, we do know that this is a very young team, and it's going to be a very good team.
Only one senior on the STMA Monticello Buffalo side that graduated, and we got 4 or 5 seniors on the Park Center side, one of which including goalie who we
Yep.
talked about last week in Dylan Ohado.
Yep. But
And
yep. Go ahead.
yeah. And the score for you're not gonna like the score for this one as a goalie. 18-3.
Oh,
18-3 in favor of Park.
God. Yeah, that was the score last year, but I mean last year Park was really, really good.
They were just killing everybody.
Yeah, I mean they made it to the second round of they made it to the semifinals of the state tournament.
Yeah, closest game was a 13-5 win.
Yeah, like that's crazy. And Park this year they played Anoka-Hennepin, and what was the score? 8-2, 9-2,
9-2,
9-2,
9-2.
So obviously they've still got some scoring. They've still got a really good team. But we'll see how they fare against this very young and very interesting STMA Buffalo Monticello team. I'm interested to see how the Coyotes fare against the Pirates. This will be a very, very interesting game.
Yep, absolutely. I think from what I've read on like the Monticello Times, this was from last year, but from what I read, it's Jacob Sentko,
Yep.
Brody Hochstetler, Matthew Sentko, Isaiah Kuschel, and like AJ Joseph is like their big hitters.
Yeah, and I believe
that do all the scoring.
I believe Jacob Sentko, I believe he was an 8th grader last year. I could be wrong about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was an 8th grader.
He was an 8th grader last year, meaning he's still got 4 years left in him.
Yeah.
And his brother, Matthew Sentko, is he a senior this year?
No, he's a junior this year.
He's a junior this year.
He's got a year. Brody's got 3 years. Jacob's got 4. Isaiah has 4 as well.
Yeah.
So they're going to be probably a team to beat in the North for years.
Oh, absolutely. This
and
will
just
be
the depth they have too. It's just like 7th graders, 8th graders, freshmen, sophomores. Like they're just loaded with up and coming and young talent.
Yeah. It's really cool to see a team that wasn't even founded that long ago. I think they were founded right after COVID. I think they played their first year in 2021, and yeah, they've been a very good up and coming team. I could
feel
be
like they had a team in the older programs like 2018 or 2019.
Yeah, I could absolutely be wrong. It might have been like 2017, but still, yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Yep.
They're a relatively new team, and they've got a really good up-and-coming program. I will be excited to see where this team is in like 3 to 4 years.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And yeah, I believe, yep, so again, here's some ways to contact me. EverythingMNAdapted at gmail.com or on X at AllMinnesotaAdapted. If you have any problems with like logos or if you want to give me more information on any of these teams, you can contact me here, and you can contact Reese at North-Star Adapted on Instagram. That's what it is, right? North-Star Adapted? Yep, on Instagram.
Yep.
And yeah, that's all we've got. Thank you for watching, and may I wish all teams good luck this week and all upcoming weeks. We will catch you next week. See ya.